So what are you saying, people? We are back today with another video today on the TTRS, as you can see behind me. We're gonna give our 3-week review. So much for a month review. It's been 3 weeks, but I didn't give you guys a video last week, so I thought, you know what, it's Sunday, it's not raining, time to get in the RS and have a play. So yeah, that's what we're getting into today. We're going to talk about, it's kind of just a light review, my do's, my dislikes and all that sort of stuff. Also, I'm going to get some POV action for you, and if you're lucky, if we can find a road, doing a 0 to 60. But yeah, that's what I've got in store for today. So without ado, let's get it cracking. Finally, we're in the TTRS. We're going for a first drive. It's not really a first drive. I've had the car for what? Coming up. Sorry, three weeks now. We've had the car 3 weeks. And what can I say, mate? It's an amazing car. It is an amazing car. And let me take it out of sport. It is an amazing car. It just ticks all the boxes for me. Like, it's absolutely crazy. It's comfortable, like to the point where my Mark 1, I think I've driven it once a week, and that's just to stop the battery from dying. But this is now my daily. All right, what should we start on? We'll start on one of my favorite points, the fuel consumption. Now, in the Mark 1, round town driving, I was averaging between 24 to 27. Motorway miles per gallon, we was getting anywhere from 32 to 35. This thing, oh my God. So round town, I'm averaging between 32 to 35. So I'm getting about the same MPG what I would get on the motorway in the Mark 1 in the TTRS. That is just absurd, yeah? And then with motorway, I am averaging, I haven't seen anything less than 47, let's put it that way. Nothing less than 47. Like, I actually can't believe it. It's so, literally, fuel, brilliant. Considering, just to take into account for those that you don't know or haven't watched my previous video on the Mark 1 TT. So my Mark 1 TT, it's a 180 Quattro, so 180 horsepower, 4-wheel drive. This is a TTRS Mark 2. It's a 2.5 inline 5, 4-wheel drive also. The difference as well in power, so that's the one, like I said, the Mark 1's a 180 brake horsepower. This is 340. And this is getting so much better MPG. It doesn't make no sense to me, because we're 0.7 of a litre bigger. A whole 0.7 of a litre bigger, and it's just so effortless. It's so effortless. The responsiveness, this car is so responsive. So you have your two modes. You've got your normal mode, and then you've got a sports mode. With the sports mode, it stiffens up the suspension, opens up the valves, and stiffens up the steering also, so it makes the steering a bit heavier. Don't get me wrong, I would have liked it if you could change them individually. So say, for argument's sake, you want your steering in normal with the valves open and suspension normal, or vice versa. With this car, it's a all or nothing car. It's an all or nothing car. So it's either all in sports or all in normal. The differences between the two modes though, are considerable. So in normal mode, to be honest, it just feels like any normal other Audi. It's quiet until you put your foot down. It's very mundane. It's very usable. My mum's driven it and her partner's driven it, and they can drive it with ease. What I will say though is when you do put it into sports mode, everything sharpens up. When I mean the throttle response, the throttle becomes so sensitive. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I've stalled it a couple times coming off the lights in sports mode, because it's like, you touch the throttle a little bit, you're up at 2k revs and you're like, I'm not really trying to like leave hard. But at the same time, if you don't give it enough, it will stall. It'll just think it, and obviously depending on how quickly you're coming off the clutch. But yeah, the two modes are night and day. So yeah, I love driving it in sports mainly. I do find if you don't have the traction control in sport, hill starts are a bit of a nightmare. The reason being is because it's got the hill hold, so like when you take your foot off the brake, it gives you about 3 seconds before it releases the brake. It holds you there. What I find is if you're on a bit of lock, say like you're doing a hill start waiting to turn into a road, if you're in sports mode with traction control fully on, it doesn't want to take it off, and it's like you've got to kind of force it out of it, and then you kind of lunge forward. But I found obviously if you've got the traction control completely off or in sport, it doesn't do that. Or if the wheel's dead straight, it won't do that. But that's something to bear in mind if one of you are looking at getting a TTRS. What also, just the comfortability of this car is crazy. So with this one, I did get quite a high spec one when I was looking at getting a TTRS. In the beginning, I was like, I'll just get, like, they start for around about 12 grand. I thought, I'll just get one of the lower entry ones and so forth. And then after a while, after looking, I was just like, they were all like 120 plus thousand miles. And I was like, if I was spending that sort of money, especially it's going to be my first big purchase on cars, because I'm gonna be honest with you, all my cars prior to this haven't cost me more than 2 grand. The GTI that I had, I paid £700 for that over 10 years ago. Even the 180 Quattro, I paid just under 2 grand for. So this is a big purchase in my eyes. So I was like, I don't really want to buy something and I'm just non-stop having issues with it. So I thought, you know what, save up a bit more money, let's just get the best of the best. And then that's what I've got with here. So yeah, now since we're on that subject, let's go over the specs of this car, because the spec on this car is crazy. So this is a 2009 TTRS Mark II. So this is one of the first ones out, because they came out in 2009. Obviously the Mark II, oh my god, these potholes. The Mark II came out in 2006, and they didn't release the TTRS until 2009. So this is a 2009 car. Obviously later on, I think it's 2012, they did release the RS Plus. So this 2009 is basically an RS Plus for a 2009. It has got near enough everything on it that an RS Plus would come with, minus the extra 20 brake horsepower, because obviously the base model comes with 340 and the Pluses come with 360. So the same power as an RS3, because the RS3s come with 360. It is the CEPA engine, not the Dazar, so it's the early 2.5. So it's got a cast iron block rather than an aluminum block. But this is before all the OPFs and all that malarkey, so it sounds brilliant. But anyway, get back onto specs. So in this car, we've got, as you would have seen from the outside, I've got silver trim around the outside. That is the silver pack. So the guy that spec'd this car, he spec'd the silver pack. And just let me just cut in there before I even get on about the different specs that are, the different packs that are on this car. The guy that bought this car brand new, which at the time they were about 40 something thousand pounds. I think there was about 44, 45, don't quote me on that, but I know it's around that mark. Spent an extra £13,000 on extras. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But I will say one thing. The one thing that has annoyed me about the spec with this car, you spent all that money, but you didn't want to spend the extra £195 for cruise control. Bruh. £195 it was. So that's the only thing that it got on this car. But I kind of understand it. If it's a weekend car, you're not going to really want cruise control. You're just going to want to drive the car. But yeah, let's get into specs. So we've got the silver pack, so gives you a silver lit, silver trims on the outside, the wing mirrors. It has the technology pack, but obviously, as you can see here, I've changed the stereo, because the technology pack, it does come with Bluetooth, but you've got like a little weird phone in the center console, which miraculously mine's missing. But it's a 17-year-old car, I'm not expecting it to be perfect. So yeah, it has the technology pack, so it had the nicest screen, but obviously I've swapped that out for an Android head unit with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It just makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I love that thing. It is a cheap £300 Chinese one, but I don't care as long as it works. That's my thing. I'm not a name brand kind of guy, says the one in a TTRS. But no, I'm not, when it comes to things, like, I'm not a name brand guy. I'm more on what the product can do. So yeah, we've got that. Also, you would have noticed as well, well, actually, before we get onto that, so yeah, come with the technology pack. What else did it come? It's also got the speed pack. So with the speed pack, you get carbon fiber engine covers, and also it has the limiter lifted from 155 mile an hour to 172 mile an hour. So we've got that. What else have we got? We've got the lighting pack, so we've got adaptive headlights. We've also got ambient lighting pack, so we've all got the puddle lights, we've got the footwell lights. Like we got ambient lighting in here, which is quite nice. Can't really see it during the day, but I'll get some nighttime shots in one of the next videos and I'll show you. I'm trying to think what else this thing's got. It's got the RS sports exhaust. Sorry, that's part of the speed pack. I'm trying to remember everything. This is the problem. There's just so much stuff that this car has. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh yeah, it's got the comfort pack. So with that, it comes with the wingback seats, as you would have seen. That was definitely something that was a deal breaker for me. The car had to have wingback seats, and when looking I was looking for one of these for about a good 4 or 5 months maybe, and I probably come across about 30 RSs. Only 4 had wingbacks, this being one of them. So yeah, I'm glad I got this. Yes, it is a manual as well. Let me state that it is a manual. Well, most of the earlier RSs came manual, and you had to pay extra to have them DSG. And then obviously with the later models, you had to spec them as manual. So, but I'm not complaining. I did kind of want DSG, but I'm glad I got manual, because it's just a bit more engaging. It's a bit more fun, like having to hill toe and rev match and stuff like that. The only downfall to that is the autos come with launch control, the manuals don't. So that's literally the only downfall that I can see about having manual. But with a cheeky remap, it can be mapped in, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you know what, let's crack the windows a little bit. Let's crack the windows a little bit and put it in sports. Let's give you a little pull. Oh mate, the way this thing pulls. Fuck. Right, sorry for the slight audio change, guys. Dodo here forgot to put his mic on. You pay for mics and don't want to put your mic on. Well, anyway, let's continue with the drive. Bumps as well, like it's manageable. It's not too low. I found with the Mark 1 it used to scrape the exhaust on everything. The Mark 1's just too low for driving around London, but the Mark 2 perfect height. Obviously if you lower it, I don't know, but yeah. Right, so we've done normal driving mode. Like you can hear it ever so slightly in the back, but let's open the valves. Right, so we have got the valves open now. This is where the car just comes alive. It is night and day. So much more responsive now. A lot stiffer suspension. But yeah, I think now I'm gonna change it up. We'll come off of this. We'll So I think about now it's time for us to switch to POV and get some POV shots. Traction in sport. Yep, sweet. And yeah, enjoy the ride. As you would have noticed as well, I do have my private plates on the car, so that's nice. Let's get a little cheeky pull in there. Mate, this thing is just I will say though, I could do with a bit more power. That 5-cylinder. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But it's just, the car's just so ply. There we are. Will say one thing though. The exhaust in sport is not loud enough for me. How it is on sport, I kind of want it to be in normal mode. And yeah, I want it to properly sing in sports mode. So intake and exhaust is definitely on the cards for this. Definitely, without a doubt. Got quite a few events coming up this year. So yeah, it'd be good. Should be good. Hopefully see some of you guys there. But as well, with the suspension being stiff, even like now, like I feel the bumps, but it's not like, ooh, when like you're in a normal lowered car where it's like you hit a bump and you're like, oh, that hurt me in my soul. Like this is actually quite manageable. But yeah, this car, man, shit. We need to find a decent road as well for a nice 0 to 60. So I mean, it's very like, if you're not on it, it's very quiet. Oh, Audi R8, nice, nice. Let's crack these windows a little bit. Need to find a nice tunnel, get a tunnel running, crossing. Let's go on. The sound of it, man. Oh my god, the sound of this thing. Oh, you can't beat the sound of a flipping 5-cylinder, a 5-cylinder 5-pot, man. Sorry, you can't beat the sound of these 5-pots. Like they just sound so amazing. You got that proper exotic note, man. Get another pull in. My lord. Yeah, I might want to change that. We've even got a lap timer. That is crazy. That range, cool. Nice little bypass pull. I will say one thing though, when you do get on it and you're on it constantly, she does start to drink fuel. Because yeah, that's another thing, the fuel tank on this car is not big at all. It's about 45 litres, 10 litres smaller than the Mark 1. So that's something to bear in mind. Also, it's at your discretion, but I was looking through like the manual and stuff for this, as you do, and it says the minimum quality of fuel you can put in is 98 RON, so 99 all the way, because obviously over here in England you either got your 95, your 97 or your 99. I've yet to see a place that sells 98, so yeah, I pretty much just run this on 99 V power, or Tesco's Momentum. Is it Tesco's Momentum? The premium Tesco's fuel, which is obviously 99 as well also. I've upgraded the puddle lights because they were just standard white lights to TTRS logos, which I think look absolutely brilliant. And yeah, before someone says it, keen-eyed viewers, yes, this is the petrol station that LLF does quite a lot of filming from. To be fair, like he only lives like 15-20 minutes down the road from me. So some of these settings are gonna look a bit familiar, but do you know what? We'll start going down to the lane that I used to test drive the Golf on. We're gonna make this light. Yeah, we just about made that light. The RS tax, guys, man. When I mean the RS tax isn't no joke, man. Like, the parts for this are expensive. Like, there's a carbon intake I want for this that I mentioned in the previous video. £1,000. Catback exhaust system, £1,300. There's a carbon fiber rear spoiler that I want, which is basically, it's the same one, but it's just a bit wider, a bit more aggressive. That's flipping, oh god, that's another £1,300. Yeah, man, like, when it comes to these RSs, you got to spend some money. Even the brakes, just for standard discs and pads up front, it's £1,000, not including labour. It's absolutely silly money. But yeah, this lane, oh my god. This is where I used to bring my GTI after putting new parts on it to test it out. And like I said, also you'd see Mr. Ricky LLF. He uses this quite often as well. Oh, I fucking hate width restrictions. Today, the amount of width, this is the 6th width restriction I have driven through today. It is a fucking joke. Adjust my seat a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the amount of width restrictions that I've driven through today is an absolute joke, but yeah, I have to say this car is absolutely amazing. Like, a lot of friends said so this is my daily driver now. Obviously a lot of friends are like, oh, you're gonna run up the mileage, because as you can see, I'm only on 57,000 miles. Got it at 56. I've already put 1,000 miles on this thing already. All right, yeah, the maintenance on this is expensive, but if you take care of them, they'll take care of you. Yeah, a lot of my friends are like, oh, don't daily drive it, just drive it on the weekends. Mate, I bought this car to be driven, not to be a garage queen. Yeah, this is my daily driver. As far as price, for a decent one, you can pick them up for 15. For something with my spec, I'm gonna be real with you, I went for one of the higher end ones. Like, this was probably, I think it was either the second or it was either the second or third most expensive one on Auto Trader, but it was because of the spec. The spec is why I got it. It was so close to the spec that I was looking for, minus obviously DSG gearbox. Other than that, it is the exact spec that I want, the exact colour. Wanted one ideally a bit newer, like 13, 14 plates, so a facelift rather than a pre-facelift, but I'm not complaining, man. I am not complaining. Let's go. This thing's so agile, man. Yeah, man, this thing is amazing. This thing is absolutely amazing. And this is what I mean, you could just go back to just cruising, and it's just so mundane, just so usable. And then as soon as you want the power, drop the gear, and she just fucks off. Everyone got them bloody I-beams on. So what are we saying, guys? Are we feeling the RS? Hope you enjoyed today's video. Also, coming with the merch and that. The merch and that. You saying? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think on that. Yeah, so yeah, let me know what you're thinking of the merch and the car. More videos to come. But yeah, for now, like I say, if you're feeling a vibe, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.